Okay, I forgot I had that there. I hope you are good and I hope you had a very beautiful weekend. It is time for us now to move on to look at the things that have made the newspaper front page headlines for today. But before then, let's quickly remember that our elders say it encourage you to join us later and talk about it, the one that catches your fancy. Let's start from The Guardian. And The Guardian newspaper says used vehicles import slums 32% as dealers trade safety for survival. Salvage titles. 80% of vehicles classified as accidented in quotes because that is not a word. Clean used vehicles average cost $9,000. Salvaged car average cost $1,500. Flying Nigerian roads or applying Nigerian roads are used cars 70%. Average repair cost of salvaged car in Nigeria is $300 versus $2,500 in the US. And let me break down some of the things they said about the survivor over safety that they are talking about here. That investigations have revealed how Nigerian automobile dealers conceal vehicles with minor dents as salvaged cars so that they will qualify for 40 to 60% duty rebates for such vehicles. And this is a practice that have become, as I've said, a survival tactics. And also, you have the majority of the dealers have resorted to the importation of badly damaged vehicles as new business strategies as other survival options have been exhausted, and you just find out that it's cheaper to repair those cars here in Nigeria than in the US. They'll bring them, repair, and you buy them as God knows what. All right, and bandits kill 6 soldiers, 2 vigilantes in Niger. That's Niger State. Civilians in Zamfara, Sokoto. World Bank pre-qualifies Nigeria for friendly $2.25 billion loan. This story is one I'm sure we may be looking at this morning, and we'll find out why it's a friendly one, because it's a 1-digit interest-based loan, and that is what Wale Edun told us. Condemnations trail Ondo APC Guba primaries. APC's internal crisis lingers as another World Exco issues Ganduje fresh suspension. Another one just came from nowhere, and another suspension. Wow, season of suspensions there, I see. Appeal Court entertains EFCC's alleged 80.2 billion naira fraud case against Bello today. And media organizations refer Olatunji's case to Ombudsman just as stakeholders absolve NUPRC of delaying $1.3 billion ExxonMobil assets deal. All right, we'll also explore this one with Yahya Bello, because the story is turning out to be not exactly how it had played out before. The Daily Times has some major headlines front page. FG to roll out 2,700 CNG buses, tricycles before May 29. And the rider is to deliver 100 conversion workshops, 60 refueling sites that will spread across 18 states. Above the mass, you have this one. This is a big suino from Times. Okay, that is their internal problem. Let's come down to other ones. State Police, Shetima, Jonathan, Abdul Salami, others for national dialogue. And that will be taking place today, because the House of Representatives, today, Monday, 22nd April, they will be having that session, national dialogue on state policing, in fulfillment of commitments made by the Speaker of the House, Tajuddin Abbas, in January. And part of the proposal is a part of the ongoing review of the 1999 Constitution by the 10th National Assembly. We also have Tinubu to open African Counter-Terrorism Summit in Abuja. And part of what they'll be looking at today is to find out how we can have our own homegrown solutions to terrorism in our region. Bandits storm Zamfara market, kill 3, injure others. 51.90 kg heroin. NDLEA nets 3 wanted kingpins. Intercept Oman-bound drug consignment. All right, we have Cardoso highlights achievement in FX stability as Nigeria secures $2.25 billion World Bank loan. Remember, it's a friendly loan that feels like a free lunch, it has been said. The Punch newspaper, we have two more to go, and then we'll join our guys for the analysis this morning. Above the mast for the Punch newspaper, we have FG propose, or rather, FG probes $500 million local content loans projects. Okay, maybe my glasses didn't see that well at first. Sorry about that. FG probes $500 million local content loans projects. Equity market suffers 1.6 trillion naira loss in 1 week. Army vows revenge after terrorists kill 6 soldiers. And this story is not a very good one. They intercepted, or they got to find out that they were terrorists, or they ran into some terrorists. There was this firefight and some died. Later found these people, no uniforms, they'd removed their uniforms, and they've been shot in different parts of their bodies, their head, and so on. It's a bad one, and this happened in Niger State, in a community in Niger State, and the army has said, we will revenge. Emefiele social programs, banks withhold 530 billion naira CBN funds. Cardoso may order refund. And we have Access Bank, GTB, FCMB, 6 others keep unused funds. SMEs seek fresh loans. All right, other riders under that story. And we have FG rolls out 2,700 CNG buses, tricycles May 18. Now, this is a confusion. One says May before May 29. All right, so May 18 I think is the closest of both dates, so we'll stay with May 18 here. Kwara shots abattoir to probe poisonous meat allegation. Motorists, residents stranded as flood overruns Lagos Ogun roads. An outrage over discrimination against Nigerians at Abuja Chinese supermarket. Okay, after this, one more, then we'll move on. If you're just joining us, this is VOP 90.3 FM in Lagos. Vanguard newspaper has a major headline here that says, top manufacturers list woes incur 266 billion naira losses in 1 year. And the writers say plan further price increase. Cost of sales jumped 64%. Okay. There are plenty of writers that you could read when you pick up Vanguard on that particular story. Then we'll move on to Ondo Guba, where we'll say protests as 4 APC aspirants call for primary cancellation. Okwama Ewu identifies 11 persons killed by military, 413 houses destroyed. DIA versus Olatunji. There are NP, NPAN, NGE, NPO Bond, COS, CSOs, others refer disputes to Ombudsman. And one more story from the Punch here. Why Wike was allowed into National Caucus meeting. This is according to the Senate Minority Leader. Gets Vanguard? Read more on that story. Daily Trust is before us too. Talks about Ondo APC governorship primary. Ayedetiwa coasting to victory. FG to get fresh $2.2 billion World Bank loan. This according to our finance minister. And we have some stories of some disasters here right in the front page, on the front page of Daily Trust. Okay, we'll be joining our analysts this morning. I'll be looking at some of the stories that we have with us. Rufai is on the line already. Good morning, Rufai. How are you?
Hello?
Hello, good morning. How are you today?
Very well, bless you. Good morning. How's it going?
Good morning. Ejiro is there? All right, Ejiro will be joining us soon. And once she comes on board, she will join us. Rufai. Okay, so you can start. Go ahead. Which of the stories are you looking at first out of all the lot?
Okay, so I want to look at the banking story. So
Okay.
there was a lot that happened over the weekend as regards First Bank. They said Diduton had, before the end of his tenure, decided to resign.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of back and forth and internal, but now they finally have a new CEO, MD, They suspended their AGM. Alibio has come in as MD now. They suspended the AGM at a point, and there was a lot that went on. And let's just see how that pans out. But there's a lot going on in the banking sector at a time like this where CBN is talking about recapitalization, and the banks are looking for money, and the investors are shoring up their capital in the banks. So let's see how all of this pans out with First Bank. But that was a big breaking story, over the weekend. And let's see how all of that pans out. And maybe with time goes on, people will actually know the backstory of what really, happened as regards all of that system that went on in First Bank. Another story also making.
Hold on, before you leave the banks, look, let's maybe a little talk on the banks withholding 550 billion CBN funds, and the fact that Cardoso and Ejiro, good morning. Okay, just hold on. Rufai is on now.
The volume is too low. I can barely hear you at all.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so let Rufai.
Okay, so as I was saying, definitely most of the bank will still have a lot of those intervention money. There were a raft of intervention measures across the board. And most of those monies were not fully deployed already. So Cardoso is probably looking at a callback of those funds so that they could be used for other things right about now. I mean, since the last administration has gone. So that's that about that. But also, I want to talk about the presidential CNG initiative. We've been asking when it is going to start since the launch last year. President Tinubu is now saying that they're going to launch a couple of CNG buses to be able to mark his first year anniversary, which I'm looking and saying, but the CNG was to cushion the effect of the removal of subsidy anyway in the first place. And the debilitating effect was to trigger alternative sources of energy. So why have we not moved as regards that? I mean, you now just saying that, okay, a couple of company manufacturers will bring in CKD pads, couple some buses together, and those are the buses you want to launch. No. When it comes to the presidential system on CNG, what we're asking for is adoption. I aligned with presidential system on CNG. I got a CNG car, but I keep asking people to show me one CNG power station, gas station where I can buy CNG gas in my car. It's difficult. You can hardly get on the island in VI, maybe somewhere in Apapa or outskirts of town. So the adoption should be many more power filling stations have this CNG so that they can grow by adoption. So when you say you want over 1 million, it's not just about conversion cars. It's not about conversion kits. It's also about full-on adoption. What's the full-on adoption level and the level of total availability of all of this?
Well, maybe before May 29, before May 29, we'll get to see more.
But it's already behind schedule because the CNG was supposed to come into the mainstream to be able to aid transportation when they announced those raft of measures as palliatives, for subsidy. You remember this was what Labour was fighting for then. This is what Labour was fighting for. And that's why we keep asking this government to be accountable. So it's not just a jamboree now to now show that on May 29 you launch a couple of CNG buses. Those buses ought to be there long ago. That's what we're saying. And ensure total adoption so that people can get CNG to buy.
Okay, then there is this case of state police. Shatima will be heading like the session that we have in. Jonathan will be there, Abdusalami will speak, a lot of these other heads of the security arms will give this and that. They want to really look at the issue of state policing, how it's going to work. What do you think?
Just another talk show, with due respect. It's just another talk show. Recently they tried to tell the states to send in their proposal. Some states sent it, some states have not sent it. The practicality is the key aspect of it. It's just another talk show, but you're going to see it. Before it finally becomes part of the constitution, 2/3 of all the state of assembly have to ratify it. That's where you're going to see the real politicking go on. So it's just a talk shop. They'll keep talking and skirting around the issue. But what we are saying is that we really need to have a policing system that is very grassroots and that cuts across all.
Yeah.
Anyway, in all fairness, a couple of states are already having some form of their iteration, like the Amotekun and the likes. So I think that should just be expanded on, and states will have to pass their laws independently. That's what will end in the end. So, like a national big push to be constitutional, I doubt that will happen. It's just about states taking proactive measures. Lagos State, they say they have their neighborhood watch and the likes.
We're sorry.
It's just
Yeah, we're sorry, Ejiro. We're trying to get her on a little techie network thing going on there. While we're still looking at the issue of the policing that they're talking about, state policing and so on, Tinubu will be opening the African Counterterrorism Summit in Abuja too. And they want to look at homegrown solutions to fight terrorism here in Africa. Let me say hello to Ejiro. Ejiro, good morning. Are you there?
Hey, Kadila, good morning to
You can
you.
hear
Good
me
morning,
now. Good.
everyone.
All right, welcome. All right, let's Rufai finish his thoughts on this next one, then I'll come to you. So, this
Okay.
one, what do you think? Counter-terrorism, the terrorism summit in Abuja, and looking at homegrown solutions.
I
Rufai?
mean, hey, good morning, Ejiro. Bless you so much. And
Okay,
let me be
mic is
very
closed.
funny by saying, I wish you a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious day.
Ejiro,
Too
that
much
was
sound of
for
music,
you.
but that was for you, Ejiro. I wish you a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious day.
And that's from, what's her name?
Sound of music,
And your
obviously,
volume
sound of
is
music.
low.
Don't worry, we'll
Sound,
manage it like that. Okay, carry on.
okay. So as I was saying, homegrown solutions are too numerous. But the question is, do we have the willingness to use them? I'll give you, for instance, there's been many times we have called for hackathons to be able to get, appropriate geomapping software, which a lot of your tech experts can do in Nigeria. But will the government even adopt it? When even the government still uses at yahoo.com for government email, when you have to have their own dedicated email and they don't even have. And they are voting billions of naira into Galaxy Backbone and the likes, but .gov.ng is always a problem. So how can you adopt those homegrown solutions? There are lots of those people, geomapping solutions, even developing of drones that will bring about quick, reconnaissance and things like that. These things can be made locally. I think Daikon made some drones recently. How can we amplify them rather than going to buy these drones from other parts of the world? Also, local native intelligence gathering. There's so much you can do with your phone system in partnership with Telcom's line, where you can have an alert system that if you dial a certain number, you'll be able to see, activities of an intelligence report going to specific police or military installations. So there are so numerous homegrown solutions. So you don't need a talk shop for that. The question is, how can you have a framework of implementation? Even there's so many numerous solutions. You can use AI for security. In terms of security deployment, how you can use artificial intelligence, to be able to turn devices into data collection hubs and things like that. Internet of Things and all of that. You can have roads where you have cameras that can be able to take pictures of cars, maybe probably especially in those terrorist-prone areas, so you can mark the movement and they send them to national bureaus and they can mark their movement as they are going from place to place. And you can put in an AI technology in it. So all of these things are there. We don't need to have conferences for it. That's why I keep saying these things will just be a talk shop unless we do. So how can we say, okay, you know what? Let's have the first security hackathon. Let's develop this homegrown solution, fine-tune it, invest in it, so that we too can now even get to a point where we have to start selling our own country security software and be able to get much needed revenue.
True.
See, Nigerian-made banking software are so many parts of the world. The days since the 90s, and that's why you see that there's a big advance in Nigerian banking system. In fact, it's even better than some banking systems in America. Since the 90s, you see the likes of System Spec creating all forms of CRM software for the banking sector and things like that. It's all about looking inwards and saying, how can we get to do this thing quickly and in a fast way?
All right. Let's say
it's not about talk shops.
Talk shops every time in Nigeria. Let's take Ejiro now. Ejiro, you can react to some. Sorry about the delay having you join. Go ahead.
To be very honest, I could barely hear whatever you guys said. And even now, your volume is so low, I can barely hear you enough. I just filter it strongly.
Okay, so maybe we'll sort this out, and hopefully by tomorrow it will be a lot better, and we can have you join us again tomorrow, right? Okay, I'm looking at the techie crew here to see if we can sort that out for tomorrow. Sorry about that. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so please explain to Ejiro. All right, Rufai, let's move on. There was a story this morning that was in more than one of the papers where UTME, JAMB, they're sanctioning some of its staff or support system for asking a young lady to take off the hijab. And they said, we'll not send you. You're not there anywhere. Why did you do it? What do you think? It's Rufai there.
So,
okay.
the truth is, everybody have their rights of religious freedom. And when it comes to screening and scrutinization for examinations, the question is, what was the context at which they were telling her to take off the jab? That also matters. It's not a violation of anybody's religious affiliation now, because we all respect everybody's religious affiliation. But if it was to
Okay, he's back. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm looking forward to the day when technology will be completely seamless. All right. I will lost a bit of what you were saying just now. You said, hold on. You said,
I will not.
Rufai, hold on. The line disappeared a bit. We lost what you were saying at the point where you said, I'm looking forward to a day. You can carry on from there.
So, what I'm saying is, as long as it is done in fairness, that other people too are scrutinized in a fair way, just like the lady with the jab is scrutinized, I have no problems with it. If it's for the purpose of identification, could she have been identified still wearing the hijab? Not to be able to, add to any, religious conversation or anything. As long as there's a level of fairness, I have no problem with that. And if her rights were violated, or she was deliberately targeted because she was wearing the hijab, that's something I have a problem with. But if it's a fair way at which they scrutinize other people, then there's no bones about it. Because also, let's not forget that examination has its own laws that must be respected.
And we would like JAMB to let us know what they find out at the end of the day. Let us understand why the person did it. As Rufai asked, was it for scrutiny? Was it to check to be sure that there is no missile? When I say missile, students understand that that those things they throw during exams, to be sure that you do not have anything stuck somewhere. They usually will do that. So let us know if that was what it was all about.
Shukuli.
Shukuli.
No, we have a beautiful name. We call it Shukuli.
Shukuli.
When they write answer, they go Shukan for pocket. Shukuli. They call her Shukuli.
Oh my goodness. All right. So Cardoso, he has said FX stability is doing well, and we're set to secure another $2.25 billion World Bank loan, and that is a friendly loan. It's like a free lunch, and 1%, one digit. What do you call it? In fact, it's at 1%, and it's something to be happy about.
No. It's not free lunch, with due respect. We are still going to pay the money back. Forget what Wale Anu says. It's because the interest rate is low doesn't make it free lunch. It's still on your debt book. Don't forget that you're going to pay the money back. Definitely, we knew they're going to take more loans, because if you check the medium-term expenditure framework, there's a framework to be able to take more loans, to be able to do things in the economy and all of that. But my question is, how is this money spent? But even if it's 1% interest rate, it's not still free lunch. It is still money that at some point you still have to pay back. Yeah, understand. It's almost a 40-year term with 10 years moratorium and everything, but it's still money on your books one way or the other. The question is, on that 40-year time, what can you turn that loan in to be able to boost, capital inflows into the country and also help the economy? And also, I don't have a problem with the fact that the Naira is doing well. In fact, I want to do well. I've always said they should defend. But where I just have a problem with is that we are not now making commensurate revenue. And that's where we're going to have a problem. Because now we're doing 1.2 million barrels per day. Our revenue is not really as great as it used to be. We can't keep depending on this hot money. It's just a temporary measure. All this oil move, foreign portfolio investment, it's just a temporary measure. And we're going to pay back for it. Take, for instance, our bond numbers that are very high, that everybody is coming to cash in on. Our bond repayment interest is over $1 trillion now. So if we increase our bond yields to be able to get more money into the economy, it's not sustainable money in the long run. So we need to now look for how we can look for production in our economy and get sustainable money to be able to have a balancing out. So that's what we should do. I mean, as a sovereign, as long as you push up your bond yield, everybody will come and buy and bring their money in.
Yeah.
But the question is, in the long run, is it going to help you? So I've got no problems with us defending our currency. I've all every nation in the world defend. I mean, I keep talking about England and Black Wednesday in 1992. Spent about £14 billion defending in a single day after England left a repo rate mechanism, ERM. So now we now need to look for how to make revenue through crude oil and everything. If production is slumping, then that's a big problem.
All right, Rufai, thank you very much for your time this morning. I know you have to rush off to other things. I wish you
Bless you.
super Caledonia, that word I never was able to get
So
it.
I wish you a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I remember that song from. I'll tell
Sound
you
of
the
music.
film. Have a
Bon
beautiful
trap.
day.
Have a beautiful
All
one.
right, take care. All right, we have Ejiro. Ejiro, sorry about the glitches. We had some few minutes. We'll be able to do this. Ejiro, can you hear me better now? Okay, she'll be joining us shortly. And I think with Ejiro, we'll be able to look at this one. Despite conflicting orders, appeal court to hear case in EFCC's bid to arrest Bello today. You find that report in This Day and virtually all the papers I talked about. Ejiro, we're here. We have some time. Finally, can you hear me better now?
Loud and clear. You see this matter of Bello's case, sweetheart. You see the way they went after the other people in terms of the Naira funding,
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of Naira rather. I want to see them have the same energy, right? Dedication, commitment, and then having their work well cut out to ensure that this is really done effectively. And we now have the case of where former governors were actually taken to court and jailed appropriately because they were found wanting.
But you know,
We need
Ejiro,
that kind of
hold on.
conversation.
You know, the issue here is this. Bello had a ruling, right? Or had put a paper in the court February, and that nobody
Yes.
should arrest me, nobody should disturb me, nobody should do this and that. That thing is still in court, right? And there was meant to be here a ruling or so, a day or so before that. EFCC is struck, and the matter is just going back and forth. And no, you can't touch me because I have a matter in court against you. So today we're supposed to hear the outcome of everything about EFCC wanting to arrest or not. So I think there are some things that were not done properly in this whole setup.
That's why I started my conversation on EFCC doing things the proper way, getting their evidence right. Yes, of course, they can go to court and say, you can't come after me. That is one perspective to it. It doesn't stop the EFCC from raising other issues that are not connected to that particular court case in specifics. So it is up to the EFCC to do its due diligence, because part of the problem we've had with EFCC bringing down some persons who seems to have extreme power and can wield social connections to prevent them or even abuse the system of the law and have leeways, which is part of the problem we have with some of our laws in Nigerian constitution. It still doesn't stop the EFCC from doing its due diligence. It is your job as the defense counsel, prosecution rather, to really and effectively and masterfully own your craft, know what you're going for, and don't just make it about a media trial. We don't want this to be a media trial, and that's why I don't want to talk too much about it, because my own is EFCC, do your job. When the whole job is done properly, Nigerians can now see that you are doing your job both as a watchdog that has the capacity to effectively apply the Constitution in a manner that it cannot be questioned. You build our trust in you, your effectiveness, and your capacity to do the job assigned to you by law. Otherwise, you are no longer EFCC anymore.
All right. We have just like 3 more minutes before we get our callers join us. Sorry, you had to join us slightly behind schedule, so you can react to maybe 2 more stories for today.
Yeah, I saw 2 important stories. One is the stowaway. I saw a story in The Guardian, and that one is a human story. And it's touching to me when I see a situation where over 70 young persons have been caught as stowaways who want to escape and japa from Nigeria because everybody feels that the country is not working. And this goes back to this other conversation on many layered nuances. You see a situation where now, just yesterday, I was called. Somebody told me that we need to talk about this issue where people who have japa, husbands and wives living overseas now, husbands are telling their wife, go and do this with other men to bring money into the home. No, be just to do them. There's nothing in the matter. So we are now seeing a situation where the Jagba is now having so many manifestations that reveals the fact that, one, as a people, we are not even taking accountability enough to solve our problems. Two, our tolerance for what is bad is too high. We need to stop this. A situation where we tolerate being maltreated, mistreated, monies are taken away from the country, subsidies are not properly accounted for, loans collected by governors are nowhere to be seen effectively in terms of infrastructure and development. I mean, for goodness sake, we should come to a point where we say this is enough. We should stop tolerating what is not right. And then three, we cannot continuously say when the system is bad, so therefore I will adjust myself into the bad system so that I can benefit from the system. No, you have to make sure the system works right, not cower or kowtow to the ineffectiveness of it, because it comes back to bite all of us. And then four, a situation where as a people, we don't understand that Nigeria is our own. You see this place, it has everything. There is nothing wrong with this country in terms of its resources, its space, its width, in terms of the quality of the soil that we have to grow and develop. There's nothing wrong with this place. It's one of the best places in the world, if not the best place in the world anybody can live in. So we need to get to a point where we understand that we have a germ in our hand. How do we protect this valuable country that is ours, that gives us everything without even too much extra work? If it were some country that has gone through what we have been through as a country where there's a lot of mismanagement and high levels of corruption, they would have collapsed, but we haven't. That tells us something. Nigeria is a fantastic place to be, and we need to begin to change our mindset, how we treat this country, how we treat ourselves, and how we also must begin to hold each other accountable so that things will begin to work.
Thank you very much, Ejiro. You've spent your time with us this morning. I'm wishing you the best of the day as you move on to do other things. Thank you, Ejiro.
Thank you so much. Bye now. Take care.
You too. You're listening to VOP 90.3 FM in Lagos. The number you'll be speaking to us on is 0700 903 903 903. When you're calling, please turn down the volume on your radio set. Focus on the stories we have on the front page or the headlines this morning. React to those stories. We don't talk about people, but we talk about the issues. And if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, may we know your name?
Good morning.
Morning, you're welcome.
I'm calling from Edna AK.
Ah, Madam Edna, first caller today, a woman. This week is blessed already. Hello? Say that again.
Hello. Hello.
I said the very...
I should go on.
Yes, I'm hailing you. I said the very first caller for the week is a woman.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, my God.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a blessing.
My own submission is about these soldiers. That they are saying they will. Why didn't they go immediately as they did at the village? What's that the name of that village?
Okoma.
But now they are saying us they will. Can you see what I'm saying? No, I don't blame them. I blame we that from south and southeast that we are having ourselves, and they are using that to destroy us. You see now that the thing has affected them. They are saying they will. When will they do it? We are watching. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Madam Edna, reacting to the story on the soldiers that were killed somewhere in Niger State. And I'll be taking some of your messages on WhatsApp too. I'll give you the number again. Also, you could call on WhatsApp 0817 175 6338. Good morning. Hello?
Hello.
No, turn down the volume on your radio set before you call us. Carry on.
Good morning, Madam Columbia. How are you?
I'm very well. What's your name, sir? Welcome.
My name is Mayor from First Tax Town.
All right, you're welcome. Go ahead. Hello?
Fresh 2.2. I want to comment on this fresh $2.2 billion loan from World Bank.
Okay.
This World Bank, are they for us or against us? Don't they listen to what is happening in this economy? That people, upon all the loans that they have given to the Nigerian government, people are dying of starvation, hunger. Are they for us? This loan, is it for our own good? Secondly, this our present administration, do they want to finish this country before they leave? They are still collecting loans upon the one people are passing through. I don't think it's good for all of us. So I think they will just want to ride this. In those days, if you hire a bicycle, you use it rough. As if there will be no tomorrow. They want to use Nigeria as a hired bicycle. I'm afraid this country may not survive this thing. Thank you, but
okay. I heard you. The line disappeared there. Thank you very much. But I don't think it's World Bank's business. Now, you want loan, they will give you. You meet the criteria, they give you. If you like, kill yourself, they will give you the loan. That is their work, not their business. Let's take some messages from WhatsApp. Good morning. Good morning to you too. Nigerian army ambush and killed is one too many. Why? Does it mean our army are not trained again? Why is it so cheap to kill our soldiers every now and then? It is a shame to APC for ordinary primary elections to take 3 days before results could be announced. President Tinubu should please put an end to too much killing in Nigeria using all the power available to him constitutionally. Is loan taking applaud for a nation? Why is Nigeria interested in taking loans from here and there? Why can't we as a nation recover our looted money from the looters, e.g. 80 billion naira from Yahaya Bello alleged, Emefiele and so many others, instead of going borrowing? Benjamin from Shogunle, that was your message. Good morning to you too. Okay, I have a call there. Hello, morning.
Hello.
Hello, morning. Your name, where you calling from? Turn down
Good
the
morning.
volume. All right, your radio, turn down the volume there. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hello? All right, it dropped. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Madam Cordelia.
Morning, how are you?
Fine, thank God.
Yes, so
My name is Undiluted Boozman. Pepper them. I'm calling from Ladipo Market.
May we not be peppered today, oh, amen. Oh.
No, you, Cordelia, you know follow. Now, I don't tell you before. Now,
Okay,
you know follow.
thank you, Jesus.
Now, the people where they destroy our land, not them.
So,
what I'm...
Okay,
yeah, nice one. Well, what I'm saying is in this Okwama issue, I don't think that federal government should still leave soldiers there and they are massacring them. It's very, very unfair. I'll be begging. Let them move out from that place so that those people will sleep with their 2 eyes. Then, in times of borrowing money, it's not a new thing in Nigeria. They always borrow money for their pocket, the money they will share. So that one is not a new thing. We all know that one. Thank you. And let Mr. President, please, let him wake up. We are dying in hunger. Everybody is dying in hunger. They say dollar is down. Why things are still going up? Petrol still going up. I don't understand you. Thank you. God bless us all.
Thank you very much. I know we'll not go die finished by the grace of God. All right, 6 military men killed in Niger State. What a country. We are now waiting to see what Nigerian state will do in this case. I bet you now nothing will happen because the North is almighty to the rest of us in the Southeast and South. Well, that's what you think. The Nigerian state is seeing his 2 regions as, if they want to prove me wrong, let them move in there now and destroy every object that they see. If a whole governor of a state cannot have access to see what is going on in his territory, talking about Delta State, then what type of democracy are we practicing? Martin Zuru, a.k.a. Mayor from Ikotun Egbe. Good morning.
Madam Cordelia.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Ekaro.
Ekaro too.
We have Ambassador Musa here from Mission.
Oh, welcome, Ambassador. How is Mushin today?
Yeah. To me, my Ejirori make my day this morning.
Oh, thank God for that.
He said something fantastic. He said that the guy is the best place to be. I quite agree with him. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. To me, this Yaya Bello source, you know, this what you wrote, what the judge called that nobody should touch him. I think the court, the judiciary should do it. This kind of people should be rejected. But are you going to court to say that you should not be touched when you stole the state money, people's money? You wait to court that you should not be arrested. No. I think this thing should not be occurring. You try to stop the kind of appeal. I think EFCC should do the right thing by making sure you are arrested today. And not to thank Kenya.
this finance, whatever, should be reported back to Nigeria. Yes.
Okay.
All other countries should need this. Thank you for that. Good morning, Kadia.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. Let's take some messages from YouTube. Dear Frankie Dixon, state police is a great development alongside community policing. It will cure a lot of the crimes in our society, but control must be in place to counter abuse by government officials, especially especially the governors. Ola Dewale, good morning to you. You're saying sorry. Okay, I could not understand that one. I don't know if that's Yoruba, but you're saying again, it's Nigeria sick in the head, and does Nigeria need a mental evaluation quickly? Is EFCC an independent body created by law or a toothless bulldog with an anti-graft name only? You're asking questions, we'll find answers. Biafra Superstar Media, you said to Fiakwa, who dash Nigeria best in the world, make it pay you. We're best in the world. Nigeria is the best place. I also have... All right, good morning. Go ahead. No, I can hear myself. Turn down the volume on your radio set, then call back. Are you there? Have you done it? Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Colleague.
How are you?
Yes, Ikan calling from the Solo Kingdom.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, today is Monday, and we are happy because all good Nigerians, hardworking Nigerians are going to go out and make good money on Monday morning.
Amen. Go ahead.
Yes, my take is when the soldiers they were ambushed and killed. I believe the headquarters of the army will now move all the armory and everything to that place. Invade the whole community, shut down the whole state, probably prevent the governor not going to his office because their man has been killed. The same thing they did to Okoma, they should also do it here. Because all these things that they are doing, I think Nigerian army are now embedding themselves with politics. That is why they can just ambush an army and kill them just like that. It's not supposed to be like that. I don't think these people are doing their work professional. Please, they should do something. Because now, it is so sad that we are hearing all this story that is not fit to Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much. From WhatsApp, the way our military men are being killed like fowls is really condemnable and not acceptable. Doesn't mean that serving one's nation is now a crime. This must be stopped, and I urge the government to urgently look into these killings and find a solution to it. Soldiers are out there fighting for the peace of the nation, and their lives should be treated as sacred. May souls of the fallen ones rest in perfect peace. Amen. From His Royal Highness B.C. Woko in Oshodi. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Cordelia. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Well, to the glory of God, I'm fine this morning.
Yes.
My name is Peter Monse from Shomolu.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, the other day we were told that the National Assembly gave the President Tinubu an ultimatum to end insurgency. And I asked a question, I think it might not be on your platform. The question I asked that day was that the ultimatum they gave to him, what will be the repercussion or the penalty if he doesn't end that the insurgency at the time they gave him? And I did not get reply. Now, immediately after that, look at the number of soldiers that are killed again by insurgents. See, the people that are reviewing the Constitution, I would like them to, for the sake of God, for the sake of posterity, not considering their own benefit in it. Oh, we want to come back. Can they do a neat constitutional review and then put in the Constitution that as the president of a country, if you cannot stop insurgency within a year, then you are removed from office without any qualm, no discussion. Can they put that in the Constitution? Can they also put in the Constitution, my suggestion this time around, that the court will never decide who will be our president? It's the vote of the people. And the vote that will make you a president, whether there are 10 opposition parties, if your vote does not surpass the vote of all of them, let's say assuming that 30 million votes and 10 opposition are there, if your vote is not more than 20, more than all their own put together, you cannot be declared the president. Not against your co-contestants. I want those things to reflect in the constitution so that we can have a Nigeria of our dream.
Okay, all right, we got that one. Your law big go. Okay, but we got that. Thank you very much. Let's quickly read some messages now on WhatsApp. If APC is a party, as a party, wants to regain their trust from Nigerians, they should allow EFCC do their work against their corrupt members, and it will make the upcoming ones to know that they are touchable. From Evans, aka Elder General Isheri Oshun. Good morning. Franco Nero from the US. I have this. The fight against terrorism will only work when both federal and state governors stop playing politics with the issue. All security agencies must be adequately empowered with both financial resources and application of modern technology to crush these high-level criminals. May God help and heal our land. Amen. I have your Skesi Onoha from Ojo Alaba, and you said good morning. I say good morning. Southeast and South-South need to come together now. Just look at what is happening in Nigeria. They do use Southeast and South-South as scapegoats, while the North is usually in good hands in Nigerian government. South-South should learn their lesson. Nigeria government owes us use them against the Southeast. Sorry, Casey, I didn't understand the last line of what you just wrote. And I will take yours now. Ostano from Olodia Papa, you saying only in Nigeria can a federal minister team or term a borrowed money free lunch and still remain in office 24 hours later. No wonder we are where we are today. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your radio. Good morning.
Hello.
Hi, morning.
I'm very good.
Your name?
I just want to.
Your name first.
I'm Anthony. I'm Anthony, calling from Ijimo.
All right, Anthony, welcome. Go ahead.
This Peter Monsi.
Anthony, I'm just going to pause you a while. I said, talk about the issues. Once you mention a fellow caller's name, the conversation will stop. You go ahead and talk about your issue from your perspective. Leave him alone. Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Cordelia.
Welcome. Your name?
My name is Peter Usifo. I'm calling from Abanga in Ikoton.
All right. Remember our deal?
Yes. All sides, all views. Remember too?
Yes.
Thank you, ma.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. I want to speak on Yaya Bello. My own opinion is that until the human rights lawyers, somebody like Penny Palana, we go to vacate the perpetual injunction order given in 2007 to Peter Odili as governor of River State. Until that is done, we will not take EFCC, the judiciary and other government agencies serious as far as fight on corruption is concerned. You see, because these ex-governors, you always have that at the back of their mind that, it is political witch hunting. In fact, witch hunting and political victimization when they go after them. So until that is done, we will not take them serious. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will take your message now from WhatsApp. You say it is funny that Nigerians are divided when it comes to corruption fight. While a group is calling for the suspension of the APC national chairman, some evil people are still supporting him. For Yahaya Bello, he should save EFCC wastage of national resources and surrender himself. Enough of this drama, you said. Okay, you didn't put your name. I hope that next time you will add your name. All right, I have yours. Harry Ogada from Palm Grove, you said, Buhari's government has milked Nigeria dry, and this present one is drying the last blood of ordinary Nigerians. Oh God, our Father, arise and fight for us. All right, talking about the new loan there. Good morning, Sister Cordelia. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Good morning to you too. Ayotek, Prince Ayotek from Arena Market, you're saying, what is our government doing concerning the issues of insecurity? Nothing. Bandits kill Nigerian soldiers in Zamfara State. Let soldiers lead siege in Zamfara, because if it's a state in the southeast, soldiers will kill everyone in the community. Take, for instance, what is going on in Okwama Delta State. Or do we have different departments of soldiers in the country? Everyone have to be treated on the same basis. It's quite unfortunate. Please, let them release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for peace to reign in southeast. All right, good morning. It dropped, so maybe you can call back. Your name is Sunday Uzo Wabiafra. My take is on insecurity while calling for summit. Does it mean we don't know who are doing it in Nigeria? Abuja Declaration 1989 by IBB is the source of insecurity. You mentioned a particular religion here. I don't think it's fair to do that on radio. Again, Yahaya Bello, as they arrest him, they should also arrest former Accountant General, former Aviation Minister, and those politicians who are more corrupt. All of them know themselves. Okay, we'll be wrapping this up shortly, and we'll be joining me again at about 9:30. We'll come back for the next segment, and I'll tell you what we'll be looking at right after this. Good morning. Morning. This will be the last call for the day. Good morning. How are you?
Yes, bottom pot. The best for the land. Good morning.
Morning. Your name?
My name is Ben from Iba.
Welcome, Mr. Ben. Go ahead.
Yes. How was your weekend? Fine.
Very fine.
No,
and yours?
fine.
All right, great. Go ahead.
Oklahoma people, now those 400 and something houses that were destroyed, set ablaze, who will repute them for them? Which offense did they commit? They should seek legal redress. So all those lawyers, educated people, they should charge this matter to go. Either they sue the military or the federal government. Don't know. Concerning the dollar, the CBN governor is boasting. Even 1 naira has not reduced from dollar. Price of dollar is not coming down. Mark it in your diary. I'm the one that is saying it. It is important that made these people to lose interest from dollar. The demand for dollar has reduced. That is why you see dollar like this. Let them reduce the import duty for clearing container and all these vehicles. Reduce into import duty like to clear container 3 million now or 3.5 million. You will see the rush for dollars. It will rise up to 1.5, 2,000 naira, 1,500, 2,000 naira. Importers have run away. That is why dollar is like this. Nobody must even want to have. They are run away from purchasing dollar. Because at the seaport, they pay. That is why these products are still expensive. Because after clearing, the goods will be very expensive. It is me and you that pay. So the CBN government should not be boasting. When the import duty comes down now, people will rush dollar. It will rise up to 1,500.
All right, time up. Thank you very much. I read 2 more messages and we go. Good morning to you. And Port Harcourt boy from Iba, you're saying, do you know that Nigeria is one of the highest deposits with gas from God in the world? And Russia is making good money from gas. And President Tinubu wants us to use, it's not SUJ, CNG buses to celebrate 1 year in office. Instead of eradicating people taking the peace of the nation for business, they are still thinking of promoting criminal activities. 10 northern governors to travel to the UK to learn how to combat terrorists. This is a result of our failure, you have said. And my humble name is Jovel. What I have come to realize that this country will keep experiencing backwardness until the people are ready. According to Malachi Ugo, I please quote, let the masquerades that want to dance in the public place first satisfy the home audience. All right. Thank you very much for your messages and thank you for being a part of the program. This morning, I have my team. They're already in the house. Sorry about that. Okay. Have you finished adjusting that? Yes. Okay. Adibo is here with us and Kashmir also with us. How na they now? Now they smile. Weekend no good.
We did fine. A lot of things are happening. You know, rain fell yesterday. I was so happy about the rain.
But
just that few hours rain. It's not even a full day rain. Like, some of the people have started complaining that the roads are getting worse. The rain has not started.
Yeah, it made the papers now. It made the papers.
They never even buy the beans, so they never pick them up. And they say, don't they smell?
Now wow, this is your proverb. Now wow, now read grandmama. In fact, that great grandmother proverb.
When I was coming, I heard your caller ask you one question.
Wait till you ask me.
I think one of your callers calling from he called from a solo or something. He was asking you if World Bank is with Nigeria.
Oh, yeah. See me and World Bank trouble.
Your reaction.
See.
but let's talk about this, Cordelia.
Okay.
You know, sometimes in Igbo land there is how things are being done. When you give somebody something the first time, the person yes, the second time, is either you are gaining from the thing or you want the person to perish.
Is it not the long throat of the person?
You know, you answered. I think your answer was when you meet up with the characters.
Okay, that person they are giving something that is spurging. He has the criteria all marked out. One, it belong truth. Two, they always go that person house hungry. And three, they sit down for a house. So if you sit down for your house and you get to that person's house you've already eaten, will long truth allow you to collect what we purge you?
The gluttony is natural.
Oh.
It's natural.
So people like World Bank will do what they will do.
Let them not do. If we come again, let them tell us, please go back.
Cordelia, before you leave this morning, you know these Yoruba people that want to separate from
agitators.
Agitators. Finally, they've come out. They've written to Igbo and Professor Akintoye has written to our president.
Everybody say we won't come out.
Now, the president of Nigeria is a Yoruba man, and now Yoruba people want to come out.
Are they going to carry our president along?
I don't know. That's the big
what
question.
Are they doing?
Our president, is he going to follow them?
They'll carry Abiodun along too.
Yeah, he will follow them. I know Mr. Abiodun.
And your GM Shegu, they'll carry
all of them.
Oh my God.
Mr. Abiodun will be minister.
It be like say they don't
internal affairs.
They don't belleful.
They don't.
If they're hungry, they know they talk like that.
This economy is not affecting them.
No.
They don't belleful.
You know, there is more hope. There is renewed hope agenda. Our president will never go with them. He loves Nigeria. He's working hard to fix the current.
We will fix it all. Who won't go, they go. If you enter Atlantic Ocean, travel. In fact, I have an ad, so I have to go. But let me quickly tell you that at 9:30 I'll be back. I'll be looking at something that's happening in Abia State, where they are looking for one major thing. We will talk about that one. We will hear our governor speak, and then we will react. I'm Cordelia Obe. Thank you so much for being a part of it. And I think the team coming up next, they are already. Abiodun, bless you. See you at 9:30.
The God that answers by fire is about to step into the situation of your